Hello player, today we will analyze the match between Magnus Carlsen with the white pieces and Fabiano Caruana with the black pieces. e4, e5, bishop c4, knight f6, d3, c6, knight f3, d5, bishop b3, bishop b4 check, bishop d2, bishop captures on d2 check, knight from b, captures on d2, f5, c3, knight from b, d7, e, captures on d5, c, captures on d5, kingside castling, rook e1, rook e8, knight f1, b5, f4, b4, c, captures on b4, a, captures on b4, knight e3, bishop b7, d4, e4, knight e5, knight captures on e5, d, captures on e5, rook captures on e5, queen d4, rook e7, rook from a, c1, rook d7, rook from e, d1, h6, rook c5, rook a5, rook captures on a5, queen captures on a5, h3, king h7, rook c1, rook c7. The evaluation became 1.1. This was a serious mistake. The best move was queen a6. For example, queen a6, rook c5, queen e2. With a balanced game, rook c7, rook captures on c7, queen captures on c7, queen captures on b4, queen c1 check, bishop d1, bishop a6, queen d4, bishop e2, king h2, bishop captures on d1, knight captures on d1, queen c7 check, king g1, queen c1, b4, e3, f, captures on e3, knight e4, queen captures on d5, knight d2. This move was inaccurate. The best move was queen b1. For example, queen b1, queen d4, queen c2, b5, h5, queen d5, knight g3, h4, queen e2, queen f3, queen e1 check, king h2, knight f1 check, king h3, knight d2, queen captures on h5 check, king g8, queen g4, queen h1 check, king g3, queen e1 check, king f4, queen f1 check, king e5, queen f6 check, king d5, queen d8 check, king c6, queen a8 check, king b6, queen d8 check, king b7, queen d5 check, king a7, queen c5 check, b6, queen a5 check, king b7, queen d5 check, king a6, queen c6, queen d4, knight e4, king a5, knight c5, queen c4, knight b7 check, king b4, queen d6 check, king c3, queen captures on d1, queen c8 check, knight d8, b7, queen e1 check, king c4, queen e2 check, king b4, queen b2 check. with a decisive advantage for black. Knight d2. Queen f5 check. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen d3. For example, queen d3 check. King g8. Queen e2. Knight e4. Queen d3. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen f5 check. King h8. Queen g4. f5. Queen e2. Knight e4. Queen e1. Queen a1. f5. Knight d6. The evaluation became 4.5, this was a serious mistake, the best move was h5. For example, h5. b5. King h7. With a decisive advantage for white. Knight d6. Queen d2. Knight c4. Queen d4. Queen c1. King f1. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was king f2. For example, king f2. Queen c2 check. King e1. King h7. a6. Knight a3. Queen d5. With a decisive advantage for white. King f1. Knight captures on e3 check. Queen captures on e3. For example, queen captures on d1 check. King f2. Queen c2 check. King g3. Queen b2. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen captures on d1 check. King f2. Queen c2 check. King g3. g5. Queen e5 check. King h7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was king h7. For example, king h7. King h2. f4. With a decisive advantage for white. King h7. King h2. f4. Queen d5. Queen a4. Queen f7 check. King h8. Queen g6. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was queen f6. For example, queen f6 check. King h7. a6. Queen a2. b5. Queen a3. Queen f7 check. King h8. Queen e8 check. King g7. Queen e5 check. King f7. Queen d5 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen g6. Queen captures on b4. Queen captures on h6 check. King g8. Queen captures on g5 check. King h7. Queen h5 check. King g7. Queen g5 check. King h7. h4. This move was inaccurate, the best move was queen h5. For example, queen h5 check. King g7. a6. Queen a3. Queen g5 check. With a decisive advantage for white. h4. Queen d6. Queen h5 check. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was h5. For example, h5. f3 check. g3. f2. Queen g6 check. King h8. Queen captures on d6. f1. Queen h6 check. King g8. Queen g5 check. King h8. Queen d8 check. King h7. Queen d7 check. King g8. Queen d5 check. King f8. Queen d8 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen h5 check. King g7. This move was inaccurate, the best move was King G7. For example, King G7, Queen G4 check, King F7. With a decisive advantage for white. King G7, Queen G5 check, King H7, H5, F3 check, G3, F2, Queen G6 check, King H8, Queen captures on D6, F1, Queen H6 check, King G8, Queen E6 check, King H8, Queen E3. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was Queen E5. For example, Queen E5 check, King H7, Queen E7 check, King H6, Queen E3 check, King H7, Queen E7 check, King H8, Queen D8 check. With a decisive advantage for white. Queen E3, Queen B5, Queen C3 check, King H7, G4, Queen D5, Queen C7 check, King G8, King G3. This move gives back part of the advantage, the best move was Queen C8. For example, Queen C8 check, King G7, H6 check, King G6, Queen F5 check, Queen captures on F5, G captures on F5 check, King captures on H6, A6. With a decisive advantage for white. King G3, Queen E6, Queen D8 check, King H7, Queen D3 check, King H8, A6, Queen E5 check, King H3, Queen A1, Queen D8 check, King H7, Queen E7 check, King H6, Queen E3 check, King H7, A7. White's victory. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your suggestions.